Helen, you write in the book, the central question for our politics is how to secure economic freedom for all South Africans. There are two clear choices: the DA's model of economic growth, education and expanded opportunity, or the EFF's model of asset confiscation, nationalisation and institutional destruction. The ANC's internal divisions have made it ideologically incoherent on the subject. The real contest for South Africa's future is between blue and red. If this is indeed the case, do you think it was a good idea for the DA to have formed a non-coalition coalition with the EFF at local government level in 3 municipalities? Will this cause the DA to be beholden to the EFF's radical politics? And wasn't the ANC, with its more moderate economic policy, a more natural coalition for the DA?
It's a very tough question. Firstly, we are not in coalition with the EFF. That is very important. We are not in coalition with the EFF. We form a minority government, and if the EFF votes against us, our government falls. So there's a big difference between being in coalition and being in minority government. But it means that if we want to stay in power, we have to rely on the support of the EFF, which is very dangerous. And currently the EFF is determined not to have the ANC in power, but that may change at any point. And voters get the government they voted for, and we didn't get enough votes, I'm afraid. We got a spectacular number of votes, but we didn't quite get enough. And the entire DA brand is to get into government, to show that we won't bring back apartheid, to show that our model of economic freedom, even if no model of economic freedom can deliver results overnight, it takes at least 1 generation in getting everything right to take a big step towards economic inclusion for everyone. But that our model is the one that makes proper progress, and that the EFFs will lead to destruction. The only great sadness of this last election for me was that the EFF didn't win anywhere. I wanted them to win somewhere so we could show blue government in action, yellow government in action, red government in action, and give people a clear choice, and to demonstrate that this is not a struggle between black and white. It is a struggle between blue, yellow and red economic policies. That is what the choice is for the future. Now, unfortunately, we have to rely on the EFF's very wavering support and unreliable support. But I always depict South Africa as a real struggle between blue and red, because economic freedom is the real issue. And the EFF has not captured economic freedom, because let's wait for them to get into power anyway and see where their model of economic freedom leads us. It'll be a disaster. But in the middle is this huge yellow block that is disintegrating, the yellow block called the ANC. And it is disintegrating. And the critical question is, how will those cracks form? Will more people fall on the red side, or will more people form on the blue side? That's the struggle. It's how the ANC is disintegrating, and where the majority of ANC voters will align, and how we will reconfigure politics on that basis. So when I talk about the realignment of politics, I don't, as many journalists seem to think, mean the opposition parties getting together. I mean the disintegration of the ANC and the realignment of a new majority, which I believe will be a blue majority, based on the rule of law and constitutionalism, based on genuine non-racialism, based on an open market economy as the best mechanism to achieve economic inclusion, and based on the fundamental understanding of the separation between party and state and the separation of powers generally. Those 4 things. And I believe that many, many people in the ANC support that vision and will fall on the blue side.